Limiting God's power. Why do so many Christians do this, and why shouldn't we do this? Let's talk about it. I don't know about you, but sometimes I tend to limit God in my mind, and I try not to do this because I know that it can be very dangerous. When you limit God, you're basically holding him at a human standard. Yes, Jesus was a man on this earth, he was human, but he's also God, and God is all powerful, almighty, all knowing. So if God is all powerful, why are we underestimating what he can do? In the Bible, it says that as humans, things are impossible. We cannot do everything, but with God, all things are possible. And you got to remember, as Christians, God wants us to have faith in him. He wants us to pray to him and ask him for things, but also trust that he will carry it through. And I think a lot of times we doubt him because we think that the things that we're asking for are too much for him to do. Or we've never seen anything happen like it, so we think that he's probably not going to do it for us. But God's understanding, God's wisdom is so much greater than ours. So it's not up to us to determine what God can and can't do. It's up to us to trust that he will do what is best for us. Don't be afraid to ask him for things, even if they seem wild. I was actually reading the book of Numbers, and I was on the part where it talked about how the Israelites were complaining to the Lord that they weren't getting meat to eat. They were complaining that all they were eating was manna. The Lord heard their complaints and said that he would give them enough meat for a whole month until they were sick of it. Then Moses started doubting the Lord. He said, "Oh, well, there's 600,000 soldiers here. How are we going to find enough meat for them to survive the whole month?" I have it right here. Moses said, "Even if we butchered all our flocks and herds, would that satisfy them? Even if we caught all the fish in the sea, would that be enough?" But then, look at what God said right after. "Has my arm lost its power? Now you will see whether or not my word comes true." Even Moses doubted God, and yet God made the seemingly impossible happen. So stop thinking that you know everything that God can do or God's reasoning for everything. You are a mere human. Our consciences can't even fathom everything that God knows. The point that I'm trying to make is to stop limiting what God can do. I know you may be afraid that God is going to reject what you ask him for, but it doesn't hurt to ask. Have faith that he will do what he knows is best for you.